Hey there everybody, Fiona here. Bear with me, this week I was sick and I am losing my voice, so I will do my best. I reviewed a tool called Animoto. It is located online via URL. It's also available as an application. Although I noticed that the application had significantly less features and only allowed videos to be in portrait format, so I chose not to use it and actually used the URL device. So this tool allows you to make videos using pictures, other videos, audio, and music. It's honestly kind of like a really fancy PowerPoint presentation. As far as like educational uses, I would say it's mostly for informational whole group instruction. I'll get into why it isn't quite as interactive in a minute. But alternately, the website markets it as a business and marketing tool. They also use a couple examples of you using it for like introductions or resume work as well. So you can kind of use it for networking. So its main limitations, like I was kind of thinking about, is that it isn't quite user-friendly enough for kids to really use it themselves, and it's also pretty expensive, and you have to pay for it with a subscription-based model. So it wouldn't necessarily be something that is really interactive for the kids to use, and because it's kind of just a video, it doesn't have anything where you like stop and interact with the video unless you paused it and created an interactive experience in that moment yourself separately. But the tool itself doesn't really allow for that, and it reminded me a lot of our reading this, one of the choices for the reading this week, or maybe it was last week, about interactive whiteboards. No, I think, about how interactive whiteboards kind of are often used in a teacher-centered format or as a replacement for a projector, but not as like a whole group or student, not as a student-led or student-centered activity. So, and then the other thing was the pricing. So I'll show you here our pricing. It ranges from $60 a year to $580 a year. Like I said, it's kind of expensive for what it is. Basically, what you get from the different, the professional and the business accounts is you get access to more stock photos and videos, and you get more commercially licensed music tracks, as well as you can put your logo on the corner, and just like a whole bunch of little tiny kind of small features. For the $60 a year, you can get access to 350 versus the 2,000 that they have of non-licensed music tracks. They give you a couple templates and some 3 standard fonts. They don't give you any of the stock photos or videos, which in my example, I used only stock videos and pictures because it was pretty easy. So I would say that that's a huge benefit of having the professional, is you don't have to create all that content all by yourself. So an additional thing I noticed is that it does have a blog, which I thought was pretty cool, and it has tips for making videos, video ideas, and then it has your news about what's going on with social video trends, which is pretty neat. It can kind of help you stay in the loop. So let's get right to the video that I made. It does have the watermark because it is just a trial of their professional account. So that is what it is. So here we go. Also, in this video, I used all stock pictures and videos, and kind of just went through it to see what it's like to put it together. So This probably is a little bit fast for how I would like it, but one of the barriers I found is when I had like a video, the slide couldn't be any longer than the video actually was. All right, so there it is. So as you can see, it's a pretty polished tool. It really makes kind of like nice looking things, and I think that it'd be a really fun tool to use to make like instructional videos. Like if you couldn't find on YouTube or whatever you use to find them videos that help explain something you want to teach, or you find some that don't include what you wanted to include, and you just want to add it as a supplement, like you could really put together some content that'd be really easy. And even if you just did the really basic one where you don't get the stock stuff, it might even be better because you would be able to record like content there. Another thing I thought would be kind of a cool thing to do is if they're going to be doing like a group activity, it might serve as a way that you can make the instructions a little bit more accessible if you show an example of what they're going to be doing, and in like the video with some written instructions on it while you do the activity in front of them in the video. So I thought that might be kind of a cool way to like give instructions about what they're going to be doing. But that was just another idea. So my evaluation of this tool is I do really like it. I think it's a pretty awesome tool to use. It does kind of pull back in terms of like weaknesses, that it is more expensive and that it like the ones that include more of the content cost so much more. And then also just it not being a particularly interactive tool and not very versatile. It's pretty much just going to be used for like presentation, which, presentation has its place in the classroom, so it could be a great tool for that, but just for the cost, it just doesn't seem, I'm not sure if it seems worth it. I think that I may use this in my classroom. I think that if I was to use it in the classroom, I would use it as a way to make fun, kind of like fun, music-y kind of videos to help the kids kind of remember things, or just for like more visual learners, for them to kind of see things happen in like a quick way. But again, I'm just not sure because of those drawbacks that I already said. So I would consider maybe getting the basic subscription to it, and then seeing if I use it a lot and if I would want to get the professional subscription to it, then I would probably invest in it after that if I found that I was using it a lot. But that is Animoto. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much.